Page 20, pipe tune. 2/4 time, 1 sharp. So it's a G major or E minor. Well, look at the end. The last couple measures you hear. Sounds G major to me. So I reckon that might be it. Let's do the right hand first here. Lots of dotted rhythms, and I prefer to kind of feel these. I'm too lazy to count 1 E and a 2 E and a. Technically, it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a. I can go 1 and 2 and I know that 16th note is in between them. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. The 5th finger on that last one. Just don't turn it into triplets. 1 and a 2. No, keep that 16th note short. It's got to be crisp. 1 and 2. That's really the hardest part of the rhythm in the whole thing, once you got that. In the left hand, not a lot going on. You have this G and D, and you're holding that down forever. Look, it goes all the way across. You hold it down for the whole line, and then the next line is 3rd finger, 1 and 2, and then thumb. Then you're stuck on that again for a while. Then in the last line, you're actually here, F natural there. And then for page 21, you got to come up here. Just lift up and move. It's no biggie, just lift up and move. It's really okay, it's okay. And you hold that down for a long time. Second measure, you can, if you want, use 5 and 1 on all of them. Connect them as best you can. Play them as legato as you can. Just a little wrist action here. I'm not using the whole arm, just a little wrist action between these. Takes a little practice. You can practice this. Both hands actually, just wrist action. That's light wrist action is all we want here. And then the last line, finally you get to play 1 and 2 and. Just follow their fingering. I'll put the hands together. It shouldn't be hard. The left hand's not doing much. 1 and 2. Now that D's tied, now the left hand gets to play. It's only fair, right? Now, watch out. At the end of the first line, they're going into the last measure there. They have 5th finger on that C. That's because you're going down. But when you get to the 3rd line in the end of the 2nd measure on that C, you're staying where you are. It's not 5th finger. Just stay right where you are. So, because you're going up. So watch. Most of the fingering, see, once they give you a fingering for a pattern, they just give it to you once, and you're expected to remember it then forever. But sometimes it changes, and they didn't tell you here it changed. So you'd be playing along with the same fingering you used up above. You'd get that C in that 2nd measure in the 3rd line and use little finger, because that's what you did up above. And you'd find you're out of position now. Because now, I mean, you could do it that way, because you can do that. The point is, it's better to stay where you are and use 4th finger on that C. So watch it on their fingering. It's not, yeah. And anyway, going on, then left hand. Notice the thumb on that note. That's good, because that puts you in position for this. And this fingering here, it's up to you. You want to use 4 here, 4, 4 again. See, this is like a sequence going down, and I like to use the same fingering for each iteration, each time the pattern hits. And so I can use 4, 4, and we just keep doing that if you kept going. Just use the same fingering. I like that. And we do that a lot in piano. On these sequences that go up and down, we like to use the same fingering for each of those patterns. Here, I recommend 4 is good on those. So the last line in the right hand is here. Then 4 on the A and 4 4 on the G. Then come up here, and again, 4 on the E, 4 on the D. Then here, then second line, look at you come back. That's tied, and then left hand by itself, and the right hand comes down. See, it's smoothed out now, it's not dotted anymore. Isn't that nice, I guess? That's fine. Then we go back and put in the articulation and the grace notes. Here, when I have a grace note at the beginning of the piece, you can't tell if it's on the beat or before. Technically, I'll play it a little before the beat. So the beat actually starts here. The piece starts with that. So it's 1, 2, and lift up between each of these slurs. And lift up in the left hand, second line when you start it. Playing it on the beat. So this is together, like so. Lift up between. Lift up. Is connected. And the last line is here, you rag it again. And at the end, that's not a sharp. That's not an A sharp. See, all these others have been a sharp, more or less. This one is not. It's just right there. Once you can do all that okay, then add the dynamics. It's loud at the beginning, that's really the right hand. That can be sort of medium loud. Don't get carried away with it. This is loud. Then yours medium soft, moderately soft, and that's the left hand. But you're going to crescendo up to moderately loud, which isn't much. So take your time here. You don't want to be moderately loud until the fourth measure there. So you're moderately soft, and then I suggest here, play this moderately soft here. It's the right hand, we need to be moderately loud. And then you come down to soft. Then this is going to be, well, soft is okay. Then you're going to crescendo up to about a medium loud here. Hand is loud. See, they have the loud at the beginning, but I think that really needs to be medium loud, because when you're down here, it tends to overpower everything. So you gotta adjust. So this to me is more like a medium loud is loud enough, and this is loud here. Now, then a little softer, and then diminuendo gets softer. And now you're medium soft, moderately soft in the right hand. The left hand's soft. Keep the left hand soft. A little loud. You're ba-da-da-da here. Soft. And then the last line, you're soft. Let's start with the last measure, the third line going in. You're soft. Diminuing down. How soft can you get? Well, listen to this G. It's going away on its own, dying away. Follow that if you can in the left hand. And then very soft with the right hand. The left hand has to be really soft, super soft. Just blowing on the keys practically. It's here. Just very soft. This almost so you can't hear it. We want to hear that in the right hand. Then they've added pedal. I don't know that I like pedal there all of a sudden. If you want to add pedal, go ahead. But don't push the pedal down now after you play the B. Right there. And then you lift the pedal with the fingers. I'm going to leave pedal out. I have problems with using the pedal when I'm really, really super soft. Because when you do the pedal, you're releasing all the overtones. It makes it a fuller sound. Well, that contradicts playing really soft. I mean, I guess you can have really super soft with a lot of overtones, but it's rather difficult to do. Here, although they want all these sounds together, if you really want all these sounds together, then finger pedal it. Now that means hold the notes down with the fingers. After you play it, just hold them down. Here. We do a lot of finger pedaling in piano, and don't be afraid to use it when you feel you need. If you want that sound, then finger pedal it. Speed-wise, it says crisply, but they give a metronome somewhere around there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just be careful that you get in the natural accents where they belong. That's the first beat of every measure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We want that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's what we want to feel. 1, 2. That one, the second line. All the way through. Just we want to feel that 1, 2, 1. We want the natural accent. The slurs throw it off because the slurs are slightly different, so you may have to force that accent for a while until you can feel it properly. I like to play this slowly with you, very slowly, to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, just notes and rhythms. I'll give us 2 counts and let's play it slowly together. Ready and go, and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 2 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, hold, 2, off.